talk a lot, including me, ladies and gentlemen. But if we ever were to get in the position of being able to make a change, whether being a real king or being a politician, getting in Congress and Senate, we would know it's not all this stuff we say, including me. It's not that easy, okay? So these answers of solutions, and I heard Monday's show, not your show, the Gilbert show. They used that word was one of my pet peeves. That word solution. Solutions. I don't know. People have a different definition, but there are no solutions. There will always be A, B, and C. You name something that positive that is no longer here. Even when you guys take over, not you, Paris, but Democrats take over. Yeah, there'll be poor people, maybe to a lesser extent, okay, and they'll be sick and all that. But no, that's to say. So all this intelligent talk, and everybody has the answer. No, you don't. Text with Mike. Talking to myself.
But you know,
good show.
Yeah. Look. I would say this to you. I think there's also, when you talk about intelligence, it applies to even when you are seeking solutions, answers, we'll call them. But because I think most reasonable people understand that what you want to do is solve a thing. I know we talk in grand terms when we are politicians, like solving a thing for all time, like it's going to do it. Intelligence extends to applying it to the particular situation you're in. I don't think an intelligent person would say, I'm going to end the war in one day. And an intelligent person won't believe them, right? That's first. I mean, you have to get to that. And so intelligence extends all the way around. We've got to be intelligent in our approach when we talk about solutions. It is foolish to tell somebody that on day one, and this now does extend to both sides because many of them do this. I don't hear it so much in the as I did back in the 60s and 70s. People talking about what they're going to do from day one. On day one in any organized body like ours, it's going to take you a day to find out where all of the knobs and dials, figuratively speaking, are, where the restroom is, and who do I call to get this sent up or that sent up. So people shouldn't even make that remark. However, there's another aspect of this. When a leader stands up and says, only I can fix this, that's not intelligence. So people feel justified, I guess, in responding with expectations that are just as unrealistic. That happens too. Because when somebody that they trust says, I can do this, only I can do this, and then gets upset because his people look at him to do that, even they start falling away. So yeah, intelligence goes a long way. But people collectively have to work on solving problems. That's what we do. This is what reasonable people do. They work to solve problems together, knowing that we might solve this for this moment, and it's going to pop up again somewhere else. This is why we encourage other people to come put their shoulder to the wheel, because you're intelligent enough to know you may have an answer to get us through one season, but not through the next. And that's why you should be recruiting people to your cause.
And I didn't tell them that they were tenured professors, ladies and gentlemen. They wrote books on the answer, economics and everything.
Yeah. But if you notice, economists always talk. I mean, they will admit to. I mean, we can see their uncertainty. It's on the table. We look at costs go up. Does inflation do this? Doesn't? We know that's a volatile profession, and they come up with the theory that lasts for so long, and then until time proves it wrong. That's why they call them theories, economic theory. They don't talk about economic fact. They talk about theory because they know that a theory is just like that. The theory remains intact until somebody else disproves it. The law of gravity still remains the theory of the law of gravity. We treat it like fact. But if somebody were to come along and prove something different, then it would no longer be a fact. And so until then, it's a theory, and that's just it.
Yeah, good. So for all those life guru circuit talkers that make a ton of money, all those books that say this is how you go inner peace and all those self-help books, and those life coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but you keep, yeah. What would I say? As Archie Bunker would say.
Yeah. All right, okay, all right. We are the source. Hello, caller. You're on.
Amen.
What's going on? What's happening?
It's the whole world, and the world stars right there in Washington, D.C., being renovated into the image of city. But you was absolutely correct. And the journals he have now, I think he got in his back pocket. He got rid of the real experienced generals by firing them who are experienced in battle and who, if we tell them this is what he planned to do, they would oppose him, say, no, because this is what will happen to you. He got rid of all of them. And secondly, before he got rid of the President Obama's 2014 agreement he had with Iran, he should have not put his egotistical nozzle into doing it this way. He should talk to all of the parties that was involved in contriving that particular agreement, including former President Obama. Then he would have gotten a more realistic look at whether he should leave it in place, which he should have, else do what he did. He removed it. Okay. Thirdly, without consulting his ally, NATO, he want to attack a whole country because he would think it just to be a walk in Central Park. It was not. That is a country that's been there for thousands of years. So when he didn't do that, this is the pickle we got in, and who's paying the price? It's the American people, our pocketbooks, our bank accounts, the housing. He has done nothing for us. And the only people that's benefiting from that war is the billionaires who have stock into everything that you got to build to be involved in any conflict. That includes the president. The only thing that he's enriched is his family pocketbook. So we elected, well, I didn't, elected in business, he's good because he conniving. We know his business resume, his bankruptcy, his business failure. Now he can't fail because when he do, the American people tax money will be the cushion for him to instantly rebound without you knowing that he done stolen you blind. So, folks, you got what you got. You got a grubby little pygmies as president that's stealing you blind, and his ego stupidity got not just him, but us in this mess, and his little stupid ego gonna blame the ally for not helping him to get out of this. Then he's gonna stop our annual what we do with South Korea, all because when he got in that pickle, he asked them, could he have a little help? They don't want their country bombed when they wasn't consulted in the first place about bombing him. They would say, look, hold back.
Right,
Let's
right.
talk to all of the allies.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, people, y'all made a mistake. And I want to just make one last remark. To Jerome Provost, this is my sincerest condolences for the loss of George Provost. She was a dear friend. She's still in my contact sheet. And I just been thinking about it, how brave Georgia was. Every time I saw her on Alan Heflin's commercial for selling his cars, she would get involved. And then she still did it when she got weaker. Because Alan's son helped her across. And she was a woman of conviction. I've been over to her house quite a few times. We didn't sit down and choose the facts about politics and people and what's going on. And she can really burn, too, in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I've had a couple of meals that she'd have cooked.
Yeah.
And one thing that I can tell you about, when you talk to her, you can't talk to her with no false tongue. Because George was straight up. She said, oh, no, she'll put you in your place.
She'll check you. She checks you. No doubt about it. And
that's why I wish she would have became a city councilman.
Yeah.
So she would have been a thorn in their side. But I just want to wish Jerome them my sincerest condolences. And she got a good son.
Yes.
And they took all of my photos. So I'm going to let you go with that.
That's good. That's good.
I appreciate you, my brother, because you are a man of substance. You know why?
Why's that, my brother?
Because if you don't say anything, there's nothing to say. Check you down the road.
All right, Smiley. Thank you so much, and thanks again for bringing up Mrs. Provost, Georgia Provost. You come into contact with Georgia, and you know she's a woman of substance. And again, I tend to, when I'm talking about some of our people who've impacted our lives, I tend to move between is and was, because there's something so strong about certain people's spirit that I can't imagine it's gone. There's something about their spirit that abides with us in the things that we do, in the behavior of the people. You see the people who are attending the services and the memoriams for her, and many of them carry that same spirit, and so there is life to it. Even in the midst of what we call departure, there's life into it from the people whose lives she's touched. And I'm looking at some of the responses from Monday with over at the Roderick Page Education Auditorium over at TSU. You know, she loved TSU. I mean, she worked. She did whatever was necessary constantly with TSU at the forefront of her efforts, of her movement, and her thoughts. And TSU and her church, yes, indeed, she was always present, and that was always a part of the conversation. Here's a conversation from Sherry Browning, whom you might know in our community. She's an activist as well. She says, my favorite moment with you, this is a comment, an observation in the comment section. My favorite moment with you for the Christmas party was showing up in a green fur wrap, dressed in a green fur wrap. You will be missed. And she says, it's nothing you can do about it. I love you, And then there is rest in heavenly peace, dear friend. This is from Patricia Walsh. Your work is finished here on earth and your assignment is completed. You will be missed, but your legacy will live on here on earth with those who came to know you and even with others who benefited from your works and your generosity, and many of us did. Gloria Irwin Walker has written, thank you for honoring Ms. Jessie Provost. Thank you for honor, Ms. Georgia Provost. She was truly an ambassador for Texas Southern University. TSU proud. I loved working with her on a number of projects and activities from 2008 to 2011 when I served as Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President. Rest in peace, Mrs. Provost. Gaynell Hudson writes, thank you, TSU, for honoring Georgia Provost for her many years of support and dedication she showed to her beloved community. She loved TSU. And then from Lance Provost, there comes this. Thank you for honoring Georgia and celebrating her life. She was truly a matriarch and will be deeply missed. Just some of the observations we wanted to make for you and the family. Hello, caller, you're on.
Good morning, Paris. And you know,
yes, sir.
My mother was born in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what a provost is in the academic. So she was a provost at TSU.
Yeah.
Her name fit her title.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's good.
Yes, sir. But let me ask you, you said theories.
Yes.
There's only three things for sure. Taxes, death, and trouble. Is that a theory or is that a fact?
Depends upon where, but here in the States, it seems like a fact. Hey there. Seems like a fact. Go ahead. Yeah.
And let me ask you.
However, there's some politicians. What do you do when you get the ones who say, "I'm going to do away with taxes," right? But they never seem to quite make it a fact because you can pay them in some form or other, don't you?
Unless you can get around the capital gains tax as you accumulate trillions of dollars in assets that they're going to transfer. You know, you get around that capital gains tax, that inheritance tax.
Yeah,
you get around that.
Yeah, that's a start. But then you got your sales tax, don't you? Coming from somewhere. But yeah. But I hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this other question. I'm gonna close on this. They talk about Citizens United said campaign contributions is freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And so we have all they call it dog money, super PACs, unlimited amounts of people can contribute political money, unlimitedness.
Yes.
Right? Has it ruined politics, do you think? Has the one with the most money always won?
No, certainly not.
So why are they saying NIL money is going to ruin college football or college sports?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm comparing. I'm contrasting the two.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because it's dependent upon what winning means. You know, in politics, you can win, you can lose the election, but still win because you know it's been said that the people who have to run to be elected, they're not the people running things anyway. In many instances, because the people who spent the money own them. So they don't really lose like that as long as they get the person, they spend the money to get in the person who sits in the office. That's one way. Now, I think the other thing that people are talking about when it comes to this football thing, this athletic thing, is people know what people will do. They know what greed will do, Don. That's what I think they mean. It's like money can harm an operation just by being present and available easily without any guidelines attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Any barriers attached. And then even if you establish a barrier, here's what money can do. Money will make people either want to ignore the barrier or break it down, won't it? So they try to win. They make the rules of non-effect. Enough money can get to the weak and make them non-effect. Now, the truly idealistic and the honorable, they don't. Maybe it's not them you have to worry about. Although enough money can I mean, we just said it's such a part of our conversation. We know that money can. I mean, money. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
The reason I say college sports is basically 3 sports generate the lion's share of revenue, especially football.
Yeah.
But what they're doing, in case of some states, is they're cutting the budget for public higher education, especially HBCUs. They're underfunding them. Total about $12 to $14 billion over the last 40 years.
Yes. The studies show that. Yeah.
Right, and in states like Louisiana, they underfunded all public universities about $1 billion. Now here's what they want. Here's what they want the universities to do. They want them to raise tuition. Right? They want them to raise tuition, and the NCAA rule for football is you have to have 15,000 season ticket holders to qualify to be at a certain level in division in NCAA football, right? The students pay for that as a part of their package, financial package.
Okay.
They're charged thousands of dollars each year to go towards what they call the entertainment or athletic activities of the campus.
Okay.
All right. So,
yes.
So you're gonna raise tuition on the student. You're gonna reduce. You're gonna reduce the chances for borrowing money. You're gonna eliminate pardons. These programs that forgive the loan forgiveness after 10 years they serve in a public servant position. Then you have these universities with these large endowments. And I mean, 20, 30, 40 billion dollars in endowment, and they take none of that money to allocate towards reducing, offering more financial aid to the students who need it, merit-based or need-based. That's the thing I'm talking about. The money is going into politics, but how many, if you're top of the ticket, Republican, Democrat, don't matter, and you raise hundreds of millions of dollars, how much of that money is going downstream to the local candidate? That's a gripe they had against Kamala Harris. They raised all this money, and none of it was getting into the community and to get the people out to vote. The same thing happened in college. Yeah, they got a lot of money, but how much of that money goes through the whole system of college athletics? It doesn't. It stays right in that circle of people, and that's the same impact it had. It doesn't trickle down either.
I'm gonna agree with you about the funds being diverted, because that's essentially what this conversation is right now. It's not a simple conversation, I know, but I'm just saying it reaches my ears as these dollars don't go, and they never have since they did the land grants. They've never gone where they could have gone to make the most difference in black institutions and black and lower learning institutions, and that's just a fact. Since they had the land grant acts, so there have been historical and other causes that make that a reality. Some are systemic and some are historical, and so but that's as far as I can go with that, because I don't know the mechanics of the sports world and how that works. But I accept one premise that's generally known, and that these institutions get underfunded and the funds get diverted to other places, and there's preferential treatment amongst predominantly white institutions. Is that a fair statement? Is that a fair thing to say?
And a lot of, that's very fair, and a lot of them are bloated.
Yes.
That's the thing I'm talking about. They're bloated.
Yeah.
And so, All right.
Okay, my brother.
Man.
All right, man.
All right.
You take care. All right. We are the source. We're going to ask you to hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here with us. We're going to take a short break. This is The Morning Magazine. I am Paris. We'll be back with you shortly. Callers, you hold on, hang with me. We got things that we want you to know, things we want to say to you this morning. So stay here with us.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
We are the source. I'm Paris. Good morning. Hello, caller. You're on. Man, I'm blessed. What's going on? Sounds like my guy. Scurry, what's happening?
Yeah, that's me.
All right. All right. My man.
I'll take you off the speaker here.
Okay.
Paris,
Yes, sir.
congratulations on your Hall of Fame, sir. You get to wear the gold jacket in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Congratulations, sir. What does that really mean to you, Paris? What does it mean to you?
It's an acknowledgement, and I'm thankful. It's an acknowledgement. I'm thankful for it. It's a reward. It's a psychic reward. It says that some people appreciate your work, and some you hope many of them understand what you were doing, and it was something that they found value in, and it served them in some way or other. For me personally, it means that I get to, the meaning has changed throughout the years. Remember, I've been doing this for decades, so during my earlier decades, it was fun to me, so I was on the edge jamming, you understand? So, and all of the ego stuff that came with it, right? And then over the years, the ego begins to look outward and say, wait a minute, there's a lot of other stuff happening in this world. And while you may be receiving some sort of kick out of this, there are other issues that maybe won't appeal to your personality. I mean, your ego. It won't bring you praise. It won't bring you praise. It'll put you in the middle of certain controversies, and there's going to always be somebody who will be unhappy with you. You can't please everybody. Do you want to take that route? And the answer for me was, yeah, I want to talk about some other things that have substance and meaning, and in exchange for trading off everybody loving you all the time, to just say, look, I'm going to put some things out here that don't promote unanimity in terms of speaking with one voice, but these are issues we should explore and discover, and maybe people can learn a different way of talking about these things or accept a different way, and to put these issues on the table so that they are in the public consciousness. That's what it means to me. It means to me I get the opportunity to express, to push out, express, X outside, press to push out. I get the opportunity to express some of my thoughts and have them challenged, and in some instances ignored, or in some instances accepted. And it's cool. It's all good. It means it's just a life worth living. And that's all. And if people appreciate it, and when people appreciate it, I'm good, and not to let either end of that spectrum affect me too much. Life is about a matter of degrees. I don't want to go too far in one direction and being down on myself, and I certainly don't want to go too far in praising myself. Just, to have some perspective. That's it.
Yeah. We can tell the difference between you and Ralph Cooper because Ralph Cooper he goes around and boasts about how he's been in so many Hall of Fame.
And that's good. Yeah, and that's good. He should. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I like to plug in Ralph.
Yeah, I know you too. Yeah.
That's the game we play.
I know.
Entertainment purposes only. That's all.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that I was always wondering, was it I guess it's done by popular vote. You have to go in and vote for a person to be in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame.
That is my understanding. I don't know. I don't know what the other criteria are. I know they fill out a thing and ask you to vote, and so it happens. That's my understanding of it. I'm not certain what the process is. They may have some screening or clearing committee. I don't know about that. I don't know about that part. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely an honor to listen to a radio station that has four Texas Hall of Famers.
Four Texas Hall of Famers, and of course, and of course Ralph. I mean, there's Ralph, Michael, Don, and myself. But I always got Wash Allen in mind. We all do. He's another.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys before you.
And Skipper Lee and King B. So we got about 7. We've got about 7 all
together. What
about
what's her name? Is Gigi?
Gigi, Grandma Gigi. Should have been. I worked with Grandma Gigi. With Grandma. Grandma Gigi was going. I followed her on the air, and she was, man, what a joy she was. But we didn't have that voting then. We didn't have.
Yeah. What about Rick Robert?
Oh man, Rick deserves every honor. I think he might have gotten. I think he may have gotten his posthumously. I don't know. Yeah. But that was a good thing. And I'm going to add something else too. I'll tell you another guy that I was happy to see going in. That was Johnny Goin, man. Johnny Goin loved. His dad was a former city councilman. It's a white guy, right? And he came on with it, man. Johnny Goin, and I wish Hot Dog could have gotten in there back during the day. But because he was one of those guys as well. But Johnny Goin used to be at KYOK, and he loved the music, man. He loved the music, and he loved radio. He loves music and loves radio because he's still alive. But during those days, he was an anomaly. I mean, he was on the air, and he knew the music. And he knew how to play it, and he rocked with it too. Believe me, yeah.
Well, the good thing about you guys do know music. Don Sam is impeccable with his what I want to say catalog of music.
Most definitely, he's got a very broad repertoire.
And you're the same. Somebody throws out a name to you, and you, bam, you know what it is. You know who the people are, and it's just amazing that vault you have in your mind. Well, I guess that's why you're in the Hall of Fame. So one other thing I always wanted to talk about, what we're not seeing now politically, why is no one talking about the inflation that we're in now? As though it's talked about very little, but not as much as it should be.
I think that might be a matter of strategy. I'm seeing it begin to bubble up now. You have to break through a wall to let your message penetrate at first. Some things are overpowering. They come and they just break the news cycle and everybody gets it at one time. Other things are like the Epstein file. Right? It takes them. Yeah, they're on the back burner in the news business. They say we'll see if this story has legs, or we say the same thing about music.
This should.
But you're seeing it getting there. This is strategic.
Party. Every time one of those candidates get out there, Tellerico should be talking about it. Hinojosa should be talking about it.
Yeah.
They should be talking about this, and every other that Senate personnel and. All the way from the top to the bottom.
Have you seen John Ossoff's? Have you seen John Ossoff's Trump speech?
Yeah,
I mean Stump speech. Stump speech. But
he
lays in on the economy and what they're going to do, and I think you're going to see more of this. They're going to tie it to corruption. They're going to draw the stark contrast between having having to have two jobs, or having to give your family something less than they've been accustomed to, not because you've been extravagant, but because the government has been extravagant. And they're going to draw that portrait, that mental picture for you of you having to eat less, or to stretch food more, or
Right.
or having gas to get to work become a painful decision, while somebody else is while somebody else gets to hire a contractor and gives them a no bid deal to redo a particular job and pays them millions of dollars. The conversation is going to turn to corruption and the cost to the American family. And believe me, in the holiday, remember now, traditionally, campaigns start during the old days. Campaigns used to start after Labor Day, but this has been this has been building up, leading to a conversation about this economy, and that's going to break through in the way that stuff about the Democratic Socialists and all of that will fall by the wayside. I think it'll be a part of the conversation, but this government is so fundamentally broken that no matter what you talk about the Iran war, it's an effect on the economy. You talk about our ships, you talk about our service people. They don't have power on a naval boat. They don't have power, and all of these millions of dollars are being expended. And meanwhile, we don't see the benefit of that money, because the people who need SNAP cards, they are being punished. The people who need health care, they're being punished. They're being told they have to pay more. And where does that money go? It goes to create a $4 trillion deficit, the highest the country has ever had. Yeah, and deficits can be, a word like deficit can be an abstract to you until it hits your household. Then you begin to understand what it means to have what you pay for cost more than what you're getting coming back in.
Right, and don't forget about the educational situation.
Yeah,
also.
Every one of those components.
And we're running into a situation where our most intelligent people, most people in the U.S., can't get their money, their grants and things to continue their education.
Yes.
And along with the medical field too.
Yeah.
It's something that the other side should be putting out there every day.
Yeah.
Put on everyday mind how much you paying for food, how much you paying for health care, things such as that. And it should be out there. And I just think they're not doing enough to put that message out there. So
they're going to look. They're getting.
I'm not saying they're not doing it.
They are. No, I think you'll see a more concerted effort. And remember, they have to save some of that money now, because what you don't want to do is, to put it colloquially, is shoot your wad up front, right? You don't want to be stuck out there.
You're a Hall of Famer, Perry. You know how to put those acronyms in there.
You don't want to be stuck out there short. Yeah. You know, you want that impact down the stretch, because let me tell you something. Remember this, and even in this disadvantage, there is an advantage for the Democrats. The reason they don't have as much money, is because Republicans are the corporate donors by millions. They've got tens of millions more than the Republican Party has. The Republican Party likes to say it raises its money from small donors. And remember that the people who are giving money are the corporate people who get what? The no-bid contracts, the corporate donors. They get it for a reason. And do they make jobs with them? They're going to come back and say, well, yeah, but these corporations build jobs. No, that used to work. It doesn't do that any longer. They don't give out the jobs. What they do is take the money, reinvest in stock. They buy back their own stock, and then they depress the wages of the workers. So they win on both ends. That's what's happening with that money that's out there. So you're going to hear more about that. And And a guy like Ossoff, I invite you to go listen to that Ossoff speech when he talks about, in Atlanta, it was about 3 weeks ago. It's about 4 or 5 days ago, last week when he spoke in Atlanta, and how he talks about how Trump likes to ride around. He doesn't want to fight the war. He's lost interest in it. What he's interested in doing is riding around in his airplane with Natalie Hart. Yeah. So anyway, do those things, okay? You listen to it, and we'll see where it is. All right, buddy. All right. We are the source. Hello, caller. You're on.
Hey, big guy. So I wanted to give some input. The boys are one crying the winners on this college.
Yeah.
I think college football in whatever. So Paris.
Yes, sir.
You know you like a bump in the road, right?
Wow.
Help me you're going real fast. Say bump. You know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yes.
We say, and what is the well, and what is college and what is football? So man, we're going 100 miles an hour down the road, the source road, and here comes the bump. You know
Yeah. I'm going to let you guys have that football conversation with Ralph.
No. Yeah. It's bigger than that.
Okay.
We say to the pure, all things are pure.
Yeah.
Or we say money is the root of all evil.
For the love of.
The love of money is the root of all evil. So college, we love, our love and inspiration. We want to go to college, okay?
Yeah.
We got some kind of skills. We say, I want to play football, but now we going to Paris University, and we're alumni, and we love Paris University. So here comes the money. So can we get a little money?
Yeah.
At some point, Paris, you forget about the football and the college. All you want to think about is the money.
Yeah.
We're not talking about betting or anything like that. But you know the time, Paris, all you want to do is ride on your shoe. Say, man, throw the ball. If I finish riding on my shoes, come on, man. I mean, so some of us, we love, as you say, we love sports, we love football. But there used to be a purity, Paris. I mean, like, you love being a disc jockey. You love being a disc jockey. Paris, we need you to be more political, Paris. All I want to be is a disc jockey, Paris. We need you to be more political, Paris.
Yeah.
I mean, what do they say? Political correctness. You got to take on top of things. You say, can I just be a bump in the road? I'll get back with you, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you so much. We are the Source in Paris. Good morning, everybody. Back in a moment.
Ralph Cooper has covered the legends of HBCUs since 1969. Coaches Eddie Robinson, Jake Gaither, Marino Cassim, John Merritt, Billy Nix, Alex Durley, Clifford Paul, Dr. Rod Page. No broadcaster has covered HBCUs longer than Ralph Cooper, Houston's legendary sportscaster, on 1230 The Source.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
Saturdays, we're taking you back with Kerry Lewis on Inside Tracks. Soulful, funky, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, rock and roll, new jack swing, and everything in between. Inside Tracks has all the classics for you, and even those forgotten gems too. So join Kerry Lewis on Inside Tracks every Saturday afternoon, beginning at 2 p.m., only on KCOH 1230 The Source.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
The Forest Industries Irrigation is now Aquamatic Irrigation, and Michael Von Williams is still your point of contact. Michael has over 27 years experience in the irrigation industry and is licensed and insured, but he now has additional support. So if you have a lawn sprinkler system that is no longer operating properly, or you're tired of lugging water hoses around, call Aquamatic Irrigation at 346-476-9065. If you don't have a lawn sprinkler system, give Aquamatic Irrigation a call to have your automatic lawn sprinkler system installed. Enjoy your lawn and improve your property value. In order to keep your lawn and landscaping in excellent condition, Aquamatic Irrigation also offers routine maintenance programs to check the system for leaks, proper controller settings, and sprinkler head alignment. Call Aquamatic Irrigation, your sprinkler company, 346-476-9065, or visit our website at www.aquamaticirrigation.net.
Remember when $100 filled a grocery cart? Today, it barely gets you started. If you're retired or planning to retire soon, you may be concerned about how inflation could impact your future income. Inflation doesn't retire when you do. Everyday necessities continues to rise. The question is, will your retirement income keep pace? You may have spent decades building retirement savings, but retirement isn't just about what you've accumulated. It's about what you can spend. Inflation can impact purchasing power and create challenges for retirees living on fixed incomes. At Advanced Wealth and Retirement Planning Concepts, we help individuals evaluate retirement income strategies and explore options that may help support their financial goals. Call today for your complimentary retirement income review.
Retirement doesn't come with a do-over. Whether retirement is around the corner or already here, now is a great time to review your plan. Schedule your complimentary retirement strategy session today by calling 832-402-8367. Investment advisory strategies offered through TLG Advisors Inc., an SEC-registered investment advisor. No tax or legal advisement is given. For all of your air conditioning and heating needs, call the company Houston and surrounding areas have been trusting for nearly 15 years. Terrell AC and Heating, 832-889-5765. Residential and commercial cooling and heating repairs, maintenance, and installations. Terrell AC and Heating. Competitive prices. Call 832-889-5765. Licensed and insured. The Morning Magazine is the show that has Houston talking. Houston talking.
I'm Paris Eley, inviting you to join us on The Morning Magazine from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, right here on KCOH. The Morning Magazine, where we choose to keep news stories factual, commentary informative, and conversations productive. As you might guess, it's a work in progress. Tune in and see for yourself. You're invited to join us with your thoughtful analyses and considered opinions as well on topics meant to address community needs and solve our common problems. Join me on The Morning Magazine.
The Morning Magazine with Paris Eley. Weekday mornings, 8 to 11 a.m. on 1230 KCOH, The Source.
It's all
about the source. I am Paris. I know. We had to leave it sort of abruptly, but I got to tell you what's happening here. We're excited. You know, you've heard from Stevens Orozco. You've heard his wonderful show with the guests on, and you know that we're introducing new programming to you. Texas Mike today was talking about another generation, and that's what we're about. We're about building a communal audience and having it be as inclusive as it can be, and that means having our younger talent, the emerging talent, giving it a place to shine as well. And that's one of the things we want to do here. And so you're a part of this because we're asking for your indulgence as well, because we're going to disrupt our format this morning. It's not going away, but we're going to introduce some new voices to you, and over time you will hear them, just like you met Amber Shaw and you met Tyrone Irving and some of the other people we've had that you've met. We've got some younger voices here, and we wanted to say hello to you this morning. So, ladies, I'm going to ask you to give beginning with mic number 1 over here. She's on my mic. Okay.
Hey y'all, what's good? It's Callie B, aka Callie the CEO. I'm just here with my girl over there.
Hey y'all, it's Takira, like known Shakira but with a T.
Known as the girl over there.
Yeah. My girl. So we just here at 12:30 The Source, just learning a little bit more and hopefully having our own show very soon here in the morning. So y'all hear us. Come on and follow I See Black Creatives on Instagram, because we are going to be on here just bringing a little bit new generation to the source here.
Little flavor.
Just a little thing coming on here. So I appreciate you, Paris, because we're excited and honestly excited to learn and just bring some new flavor.
So what is I See Black?
So I See Black Creatives is a nonprofit organization here in Houston, Texas. We are here to just bring Black creativity together, help younger, older generations, whoever, come together, collaborate, and also spread the opportunity. So our whole goal is really to get creatives paid on each and every project that we do, and we've been here since April 2023. So I'm really just the founder, trying to do my thing, and Takira over there, she knows what to do too.
Yeah. I'm the executive director. It's been wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. It's so fun working with Black creatives all around Houston. So yeah.
All around Houston. All right. So I want you to get your distance on that microphone so I can see your voice. So let me see your voice, okay?
Can you see it now?
Yeah. I want you to be about that far. This much.
About right there?
Yeah.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Callie is watching this. She's watching your voice over here. We're watching you on this.
Okay, we got the levels.
This is your monitor. That's the level.
Okay.
Look at her. She's talking disc jockey talk already. Okay. And now give them your name again. Make them remember you, Takira.
So it's Takira, like Shakira with a T.
Okay.
So yeah, everybody should remember that. Taqueria, but without the I.
You know.
So that's Takira. And
yes, you already know it's Callie, aka Callie the CEO. And yeah, y'all, appreciate y'all for having us on.
Okay, so Callie, play some music for me. Make me feel like a good guy. You're gonna play some music here.
I got you.
And you remember where we said this is from? Over here, right? So
we got.
Bring this one up. There you are. Now.
All right, y'all.
Okay. We're gonna do this. Here, take this little thing. There you are. Yeah. Oh, it's on. Can you hear?
guess life must be treating you well. Oh, me? Well, I've just been doing the same old thing I've always been doing. You know, I've got a new lady now, and it's a little different than it was when I was with you. You know, I think back to when we met, the way I used to be and the cold way I used to act. But more than that, I think of how you changed me with your love and sensitivity. Remember when I used to love them and leave them. That's what I used to do. Use and abuse them. Then I laid eyes on you. It was pain before pleasure. That was my claim to fame. With every measure, baby, tasted teardrop stains, yeah. I was cold as ice long ago, baby, baby. I wasn't very, very, very nice, you know. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Then I kissed your lips and you turned on my fire, baby. And you burned me up within your flame. Took me a little higher. Made me live again. You turned on my fire, baby. Then you showed me what a love could do. Fire and desire, baby. Feel it coming through. And I thank you, baby. Oh, how I thank you, baby. You taught me so much and you showed me so much love and sensitivity that since you've been gone, I don't think I've ever felt this way before. You know, it's funny how a man can change so quickly from a cold-blooded person thinking he's God's gift to women. Remember how I used to do that? I must have been crazy then. Remember when you used to
love them and leave them. Oh, that's what I used to do. Use and abuse them. Oh. Then I laid eyes on you. It was pain before pleasure. That was my claim to fame. With every measure, tasted your teardrop stains, yeah.
you were cold as ice long ago. Baby, baby.
I wasn't very nice, I know.
said a little too much today. After all, T, you're kind of with somebody and I'm kind of living with somebody. But please do me a favor just before you go. Just put your arms around me and hold me like you used to.
All right, yeah, we're back with you this morning. Yeah, we're back up on YouTube. We're back up on the education. You've been listening online. We had the young ladies here. We had Miss Callie and Miss Takira. And these ladies operate their own nonprofit. They are recent college graduates, recent college students, and they're into business for themselves and out in the workplace. And they do community activism, and they're deep in it. And it's another generation that we're cultivating here. So if you indulge me, and even if you won't, I'm going to take this time to just relate to you something that I think is important to know. Ordinarily, we try to get people. If you're helping people, training people, you want to give them time to learn the equipment, and we do it off the air, and you do it in another room with a similar board. That's not our layout here, but right now it's not. But in the interest of helping these young people and developing our own futures here and having buy-in for these young people, we want them to get a feel for what it's like to play the music and the mechanics of the board. Now, you may or may not hear them the next time they're here because we will just have them operating the equipment. They won't be talking. That was an introduction. They are in a learning position here, but we wanted to give them an idea of what that feels like, and they have to return. This is what you do when you seek to accommodate people. They have other jobs. We don't want them to miss that. But I remind you that you'll hear us talk about Rick Roberts. I think Don got his start under Rick Roberts. Talks about what a thorough taskmaster he was. And Ralph Cooper started under Rick Roberts as well. Michael Harris was at KILT. He spoke to you about James White. I did not come from the day of broadcast schools, and they certainly weren't doing it in college. I remember when, I think the brother's name was Lucius New. I think he was the first communications teacher, and he was the first to do radio over at Texas Southern University on the campus over there. And I remember how excited we all were that we had a course over there. Somebody was actually teaching it. And Jewel McGowan, who is herself Hall of Fame worthy, another black notable woman in disc jockey and communications, along with Linda Brown. Those two women were highly prominent in television and radio. Linda Brown was at Channel 13 at the time, and she did production over there as well as community reports. And they were over at Texas Southern University when they'd have forums and have discussions to talk about a new form of radio that was coming in the future. And this was prior to Magic arriving, and I think KLOL came shortly after. But the black formatted stations at the time were KYOK and the KCOH. And so there were very few outlets for learning. And then in radio during those days, during the early 70s, again, was when we began to see broadcast schools pay attention to the black community and began recruiting for students to come. Now, I think Don went to a broadcast school. Not certain about Michael. Ralph learned pretty much as that. The three of us learned the same way, with the exception of they were working over there with Rick Roberts, and my beginning was in Virginia, where I worked under a disc jockey. I learned and worked under and with disc jockey by the name of Lonnie Shepherd, who took his Sundays off. I've told this story before. It's worth the telling when new generations come along. That man took his Sundays and taught a friend of mine and me about radio, the basics of it. And he would shut down that station on Sunday evenings when it went dark, and we'd go in the production room and learn how to play the music and play the tapes and all of that. It took us a minute now. It was not a quick process. And on my end, my guy Mark, he moved on. He did something else. It was my good fortune to stay with it, and finally I got a job at that same station 3-4 years later. And it was my first radio gig. And when I meet with my brothers and sisters who are in the business today, who come from my generation, we all have tales about disc jockeys. Our beginning stories are very much the same. And I love our stories because whenever I start thinking that black people don't do it, they can't get together, they can't do anything, we're all for themselves, they get theirs and they're gone. I remember that I know people who others have taken the time to help. And there's a lot of us, because you had a country full of them back during the day before these schools opened. You learned how to be a disc jockey generally by going to a radio station and working with somebody who was already in radio. And since this is expensive equipment, you had to go where there was an actual radio station. You used to have this kind of equipment laying around your house. There was no Radio Shack. If you wanted to work with the equipment, you had to go to a radio station. And now, thank God, it's easier to get the equipment, but you can't get the actual experience. Not of broadcasting in a larger sense, you know. And you, no matter what, even if you were, I'm not going to say you can't do it now, because you can. The equipment is such that you can buy it and install it and learn on your own. But it's the experience of learning in a background that allows you to have the total experience, what it's like to be there with other people, what it's like to discuss concepts and ideas, and to learn from other people, to see how they're doing what they do. And we want to provide some of that. And then greater than that, or as great as that, as important as that is, we want people to decide how they want to use their talents. I was talking with these young women off the phone. They were introduced to me by Stevens Orozco. And one of the purposes in mind is they have their own vision of the black community, the black experience. And it is from an artistic standpoint, and it's from a very practical standpoint. About building community, about entertaining for the community, entertainment with a social purpose in mind. And that's a wonderful gift to be able to give to someone else. And my peers always tell me they have the same feeling I have when we see one of our mentees riding high. We see people who leave us, go to other stations and do very well sometimes far away from home, and they grow, they get bigger, and we think that's a wonderful feeling to have. There is a sense of community when you do this kind of thing. So I wanted you to know we didn't interrupt we didn't interrupt our broadcast on a whim. Those young ladies are training, and they have aspirations of being broadcasters, and already they are. The impressive thing about their planning is it already includes community events that can have a productive outcome. It's not just about them being on because they like the music and they want to hear themselves. They bring ideas attached to what they want to do. They are representative of a new generation of listeners, and I'm honored to be a part of that process. So I did want to get that, let you hear that, let you know what we're doing. Now, in keeping with that, there's something else I saw on my stack of stuff, and it here we are. Let's see. This is from my lifelong friend Artie. Artie on the mail. Artie is telling me that there is bring a student to audition day. There's this is with the Ambassadors of Music, Conrad Johnson's Ambassadors of Music and the Conrad O. Johnson Regional Youth Orchestra. You come share your talent and inspire the world. Singers and musicians. Now, this is going to be Sunday, September 13th from 2 to 5 p.m. You can audition. It's going to be at the ballroom at Tanglewood, 2430 Westheimer Court. We are going to tell you about this more, and I'm going to reach out for Artie so she can tell you about it as well. The Joe Carmouche Performing and Visual Arts Foundation are presenting this. So it's, we were talking about Joe Carmouche earlier last week. That is one of Keith Downey's favorites. They went to school together. So they went to the same school. They both went to Kashmir. So that's good. So you can, and for you out there who want to enter, you can prepare any musical piece and you can audition. You can share your talent. It's called Audition Day. Singers and musicians, grannies, grandparents, you should pass this along to your children who are musically inspired or want to be involved. They are either aspirants or actually already involved and just aspire to move it on up a notch. So you can bring a student to Audition Day. Bring a student to Audition Day, and they can share their talent. All styles, incidentally. All styles, any genre. So it's open, and it sounds like a very great opportunity. It's from 2 to 5 p.m. It's the ballroom at Tanglewood, 5430 Westheimer Court. You're invited to attend. Sign up today, and you can sign up. You can sign up by going to ConradJohnsonFoundation.org. ConradJohnsonFoundation.org. The performance is going to be September 13th, 2026. That is the actual audition day. So, Miss Clarice and Miss Patricia and all of you out there, Miss Eleanor, those of you who may have grandchildren out there, I know Shirley Brass, I know you got a grandson plays the piano, if I recall properly. And you may want to, as a matter of fact, it's your great-grandson, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is. It is. Miss Shirley Brass. So if you've got a member in your family who's musically inclined, they could get the opportunity to maybe get into the Conrad Johnson Regional Youth Orchestra, Music and Fine Arts, building young lives through the power of music and art. So all are welcome, singers and musicians, all styles, and you can prepare any musical piece that you'd like. So we encourage you to encourage those who fall under your care or influence to move higher, step up, move on up a little higher. Good morning to you.
Saturdays, we're taking you back with Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks. Soulful, funky, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, rock and roll, new jack swing, and everything in between. Inside Tracks has all the classics for you and even those forgotten gems too. So join Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks every Saturday afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. only on KCOH 1230 The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
All right. Yes, indeed. We are the source. Hold on, Mark. We got a caller. We got to get in here as well, and then we got Mark coming up. Hey, good morning to you, the awesome one. How are you, sir?
Hey, it's Spike, man.
Oh, my God, Spike. What's going on, Spike? With the stuff we like.
All right.
Yeah.
How
good.
you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Hey,
yes, sir.
You know, this is the question I want to ask now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mitch McConnell, he speaks. I mean, he votes and stuff when they can have stuff voting and stuff. But somebody voting for him or something or what?
You know, that's fuzzy, man, because Shapiro, the governor, is trying to get him he's trying to push him into at least communicating, and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening with that. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm trying to get caught up on that story. Actually, go ahead.
I can't understand this here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about making decisions that they make.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't saw this, man. I mean, why the Democrats ain't saying we want to see it?
Well, they are. His state is, his governor is.
Right. But his governor haven't seen him. He said the governor wanted him to send a message, a video message. He refused to do it. It's not him refusing. I'm wondering if he ain't dead or something already. And they saying that they all of them habitual liars. You know, and they'll play that role, that game play on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, just the way this is playing out. When's the last time anybody saw him?
I think it was in, I think it's been 2 or 3 months. Hold on, I'm saying.
It's been longer than that.
I know Josh Shapiro was trying to get him back, too.
But how come he don't even have to appear? But now they saying he's still living, so he's voting on stuff. But,
he's getting paid. This is the thing. He's still getting paid. Yeah, he's still getting paid, right?
Somebody getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, that don't bother nobody. It bothers me.
Well, it doesn't
man.
bother. Look. You know, it bothers the people of Kentucky, but it doesn't bother the Republicans down there. You know, see the governor Bashir. I'm sorry, Governor Bashir issued an ultimatum to him. You know,
right?
Yeah, he issued an ultimatum. Right.
That came and went.
Yeah, right. So,
what is this country run on, man? It came and went, just like Trump. They'll tell him he needs to do this at this time. It come and go. Man, don't you know if that would have been Obama that they did this, man, they'd be there to lock him up.
Yeah, and the Republicans would be raising hell about it if a Democratic governor, if a Democratic senator was doing this thing, you know.
But I'm just wondering, how come the Democrats not pitching a fit about this, man? I can't understand.
Well, look, they have a law. They have a different law, and I'm telling you, I'm trying to find it for you while I'm talking with you here. I will in a few minutes, but there's a quirk in. It's not a quirk. It's a feature in Kentucky law that is different, and it is after a certain amount of time only the governor. But look, just let me do this. Let me get the actual stuff, and you stay tuned, okay? Let me get the actual one. I'm going to get it to you. But there is the Kentucky law is different. Each state has its own laws about. They can't have a law in their state about about senators from their state, and what it takes to remove them, even if they are absent. You know.
But think about it. If you're a senator and you voting on worldly matters, but you don't have to appear.
Oh, it's a joke. Yeah.
That's not. Everybody got good deeds in their state, but us. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's not voting on government business, and the latest thing is Bashir says he hasn't even heard from him, and this was Sunday. All right.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, man. Is this man dead?
Well, let's let the audience in on it. Yeah, look, we're discussing Mitch McConnell. We're discussing Mitch McConnell, of course.
Right, right on, man.
And there is the governor Bashir has requested. I remember the last request, and I know he's asked since then because I've seen reports on it. Now, he says, he says, I wish him no harm. I actually wish him good health. His boss are the people of Kentucky, and this is why the Senate, the Republican-controlled Senate, feels so broken. They're not accountable to anyone. All he needs to do is call into a show that he was on. He said, call in for 2 minutes. It's the show he has. Or call Fox News for 2 minutes. Or do a video for 2 minutes to the people he's supposed to be served. But you know what the governor asked? He absolutely refuses to do so, he says. So, I mean, that just goes back to the Republicans and how they conduct their responsibilities or lack thereof.
Okay, now
it was June, man. It was in June when he went down. It was in June,
how many senators did they say if McConnell wasn't there? Wouldn't it be a tie or something for the amount of Democrats and Republicans? With the Democrats being the lead, didn't one senator Republican die or something a couple of months ago? Something happened, I remember. And it brought it down to they were one in front, and now you got McConnell.
I don't know.
I mean, had you heard about that?
I really might have. I don't recall. You said one died. Oh, Graham. That's who it is. That's you talking about Lindsey Graham. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm trying, man. I jumped to so many things here in one conversation. Yeah. But you said there was another one.
That's what I'm before Graham. I don't know if he died or he stepped down. It was something that happened, And when Graham died, that brought it down. The one it tied it up. It was something. So I'm just and I'm saying that about McCone. They could be like saying he's still alive or he's competent, but they're not showing you him. I mean, they can use, in voting for him, have somebody voting for him.
Yeah.
Just keep it rolling. That's why I brought that up, man.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't saying nothing.
Yeah. Well, look, man, between the Republican senators and especially the members of the House, I know a lot of them have been in bad ways. Some couldn't run for a re-election. Max Miller, I think, is the senator you're talking about. No. He's a House, but he's a Republican in the House, I think. No. He is a senator. Yeah, you're right. Because he's from Ohio. I remember that. I do.
See, this is why I'm saying this. Now, and like I say, when that happened with him, it brought it down to a tie. When Graham died, it brought it to a tie or something. Now, if they lost McConnell, what would would the Democrats have one up on them or something?
In the Senate, the Democrats are going to need 3 to be in control in the Senate. Yeah. They're going to need 3, and I'm thinking on certain legislation they would need actually 4 to be certain about it, because on some legislation the vice president can step in, and vote.
Right on, man. That's what I want to bring up.
Hey, Spike, you have a great day, man. My love to you and your wonderful family, brother. I know y'all been having those good time reunions, man. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Take care. Man. All right, man. Hey, Mark, good morning to you, sir.
Well, good morning. How you doing, Paris? You doing all right this morning?
I'm blessed, my brother. I am blessed. Trying to keep all of the players in view. What's going on? Soon
it would be noon in a minute. But anyway,
yes.
I got 2 things on my mind. A couple of things on my mind. I'm going to make them quick and fast. But the young man who just got off that you was talking to, Spike.
Yes, sir.
Spike, what they do is they hold the seat. Democrats done it too. You remember the black lady? I can't think what state it was. She was sick. Woman would never retire, wouldn't do nothing. Everything was fine. Everything was good. You know what I'm saying? They just want to keep those seats for both.
Sure.
They don't want to give them up. That's basically what Mitch McConnell is doing. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to retire. When he retires, he's going to be gone. And right now, he's probably on his deathbed now. And then other than that, that's about it. But Ted Kennedy,
Robert Byrd from West Virginia. We have these long illnesses sometimes, and they just don't give up those seats quickly. I remember I remember Ted Kennedy's illness. I remember who's the other person I just said. My mind is that quickly. Ted Kennedy and somebody else whose name I just called, man. It was on my mind, top of mind at the time. But I was talking about Robert Byrd. I was talking about Robert Byrd, the Democrat from West Virginia. Okay. Remember him? He was out for a while too. Yeah.
So that's the name of the game. Yeah. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But anyway, Paris, I heard you talking to disc jockeys earlier.
Yes, sir.
A minute ago, it was early, but a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you let everybody know y'all gonna do some hiring up there. So let them know y'all gonna be getting some hiring. You remember that boy? I know that boy by the name of Steve Haywood, right? You remember Steve?
Yeah,
Haywood?
Steve Haywood, man. Steve was my guy. Yeah. I remember when Steve used to be at KHYS and when he used to be at KYOK. Yeah, Steve,
yeah,
and then, he went on to Radio 1. He and Kathy Hughes worked miracles down there. Yeah.
Yes, they did. And so I just want to tell them that that's how I got into radio with old Steve Haywood.
Oh, is that right?
Show him how to work, how to work the boards and everything. And him, and I can't think of the other lady's name. I know her name, but she was a tall, skinny, light little woman, pretty little woman. I was a young man. I was young. Yeah, I was a young boy.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think, what's this woman name she was on the show. She had her own show, light-skinned woman. I can't think of her name.
Lady BG? Are you talking about Lady? You're not talking about
Lady BG.
Okay, yeah. BG was over there at the station with us, right? You know that, don't you?
There you go. Okay, Lady BG.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's why I say they all come. Yeah, okay, there you go. So, y'all can bring back a bunch of memories because you're right. In order for you to learn them boards, you couldn't go to Radio Shack. You had to come to the station. They'll show you how you raise the little knobs up and down. And
you got
flip
it.
that sucker to the side.
Yeah.
And you play the music, and then you got the numbers 5, 4, 3, 2. You can see you talking, and then boom. Then you play the little instrumental.
Yes, sir.
The intro for the music is playing. You get to talk all day long, but they never want you to talk over no words. Man.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Get
the
out.
DJ was cold with that, wasn't he? He was bad with it. You got that intro, but as soon as they started playing the music, the words, you ended. It's over.
But you want to hear something good about? Look, let me share something good with you and this audience about Steve. A lot of you will remember Steve. Steve was another consummate radio guy. He was a program director. Steve started with that station when it was in Beaumont. They moved to Houston. They came into Houston, and man, that station took off. And then when he left, Mark, here's the report. He went with Kathy. He went with Kathy Hughes. All right, so he was at Radio 1. He went to Atlanta, and after so many years, he was dominating the market there. And for whatever reason, he dissolved his relationship with them. They mutually agreed that they had to part company. And I think he had an NDA, and also it wasn't an NDA. He couldn't compete. He wasn't allowed to compete in the radio stations in the market. Remember when they used to have those agreements? If you wanted to work if you worked in a market, and if you left, and if you had a hit show or you had a large following, you couldn't compete within so many miles of their transmitter. You couldn't just go walk across the street and get another station. That got to be the thing for a while, right? Well, here's what Steve was let go by them. You know what this guy did, man? Steve took a low-powered LPM station, LPW station, right? LPW, low power wattage. A neighborhood station. Made that station number 1, man. And guess where it was? In Atlanta. In Atlanta, man, rocked the industry on its heels. He took that black street music. And as a matter of fact, he called the format the street format. And though that radio station actually only serviced a few blocks, it was, it serviced a few miles or so. But that guy came up number 1 in the books, I think 3 or 4 consecutive times. And
is he still alive?
Man, yes. Steve bought a station he bought another station in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm not certain. I know it was successful for a while. That too was successful. Now I don't know what Steve is doing. I haven't spoken to him in a couple of years.
So you don't know what he's in Charlotte, North Carolina, or something like that. You know where he's at?
No, but I can ask.
Okay.
If
you ask and get that information, because if I call him, the man line will break down and cry.
Yeah.
Because I was in his wing. The man was a good man. I don't want to talk nothing else about him, but
Steve's
I'm
a good guy.
Steve's
a good guy. He's my guy.
He was a good guy. Then guess what? I don't, you probably know this other guy. I mean, he's recently, not too long ago, been a while. But you remember the programming director over at the box? You remember Scorpio? Robert Scorpio?
Yeah, Robert Scorpio. I didn't know him well. By that time,
and I worked up under him at Radio 1. Where I think it was Clear Channel then. It was Radio 1 because I came from the Tohono station to Radio 1 with Cap Hughes and worked up under Scorpio over there at the box. And then he went in, after that broke down, he went in, I think he went and produced it, the Steve Harvey morning show.
Okay,
He did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've been in radio for a long time. They say, well, you're a fairly. I said, let me tell you something. I'm a trick of all trades.
A trick of all
trades. You get what I'm saying? But check this out.
Yeah.
The breaking news for today. I want to let everybody know on the Carmelo's case. I don't know if
man. Please go ahead, because I saw that earlier.
I want y'all. I want y'all to understand that a movement is going on, and Judge Roach that presided over Carmelo's case, the first case, has been accused of his case, motion for a new trial now.
Yeah.
And things are moving pretty fast for Carmelo right now, y'all, because everybody keeps saying, oh, it's going to be a year, it's going to be 2 years, it's going to be 3 years. Well, guess what? Tomorrow they got a motion for new trial now. They already, judge is accused. Now they got to have a motion tomorrow, the hearing for a motion for new trial under Carmelo. He gets a new trial, y'all. I mean, it's over with, man. So I just want to let y'all know, we when they say we the people, you're talking about us.
Yeah,
we are the people too, y'all.
Yeah.
So don't forget that our voice do count. We're not only asking now, we are demanding for justice for our young kids out there now, y'all. So no matter what you try to say, this and that, it's a good day for him.
It is a very good day. It is a very good day. That's right.
We have to look at the facts of these type of cases. That's all I'm telling you.
All right. Okay.
So,
Very
all
good.
Right,
Very good.
Right.
Yeah, Judge John Roach, who presided over Carmelo Anthony's track meet stabbing case, where he was convicted of Austin Metcalf's murder, was recused by Judge Sid Hall in the appeal hearing on Wednesday. He said it's a very high bar to recuse, Hall said. I serve on the Judicial Conduct Commission. I believe he could be fair in this matter, but that's not the test. Hall then granted the defense motion to recuse Judge John Roach from hearing any further matters in the Carmelo Anthony case. Hall most recently presided over the Uvalde School District shooting trial there and has a track record of high-profile cases. Since Hall recused Roach, another judge will be appointed to hear Thursday's motion for new trial arguments. Administrative Judge Ray Willis, who selected Hall to oversee Wednesday's hearing, will pick the next judge to hear the motion for retrial. Legal expert Todd Shapiro spoke with the outlets this morning, the media outlet WFAA, in the moments after the recusal. Shapiro said the recusal is a victory for Anthony and his supporters, but it doesn't really change the landscape of what's next. Shapiro called the judge recusal an abundance of caution. Says he's doing it out of an abundance of caution. And cameras were not allowed in the courtroom, but we did want to be able to bring you that this morning, and that, of course, is a good thing. That of course is a good thing. So we want to remind you of that.
Breaking news: the judge who presided over the Carmelo Anthony murder trial has officially been removed from the case. And here's what's interesting: the visiting judge who made that decision basically says that he personally believes that Judge John Roach acted fairly. The problem was how it looked to the public. Real quick, my name is Janelle Fort, and I'm a journalist based in Dallas. During the hearing, they played the entire interview that Roach gave with my station, WFAA, just days after Anthony was convicted. Anthony's new attorneys argued comments that Roach made in that interview created questions about whether he could fairly turn around and decide if Anthony deserves a new trial. After watching it, the visiting judge agreed that Roach should be recused. So what does this mean? Anthony has not been granted a new trial yet. Judge Roach will no longer be the person deciding whether or not he gets one. A new judge will now be appointed to hear that argument.
So there you have it. Now, that reporter is saying a new judge has not been granted yet. However, we just read you what we have, and it says it looks like a new trial is in store. Now, cases like this, information gets twisted, and it moves sometimes inaccurately until it gets shaken out, and we can actually see what's there. But in any event, this judge has been recused by Judge Harley. So there is that. Good morning, everybody. This is The Source. I am Paris. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. Michael Lawrence Harris is up next. Top Jock Hall of Famer on deck.
Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. Hold up, that has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental, 713-738-1999.
All right, we are the Source, everybody. We are the Source, and I'm here with you. Michael Lawrence Harris is up next. Can't tell you enough how glad we are to have you with us. Good morning to you.
Remember when $100 filled a grocery cart? Today, it barely gets you started. If you're retired or planning to retire soon, you may be concerned about how inflation could impact your future income. Inflation doesn't retire when you do. Everyday necessities continues to rise. The question is, will your retirement income keep pace? You may have spent decades building retirement savings, but retirement isn't just about what you've accumulated. It's about what you can spend. Inflation can impact purchasing power and create challenges for retirees living on fixed incomes. At Advanced Wealth and Retirement Planning Concepts, we help individuals evaluate retirement income strategies and explore options that may help support their financial goals. Call today for your complimentary retirement income review.
Retirement doesn't come with a do-over. Whether retirement is around the corner or already here, now is a great time to review your plan. Schedule your complimentary retirement strategy session today by calling 832-402-8367. Investment advisory strategies offered through TLG Advisors Inc., an SEC-registered investment advisor. No tax or legal advisement is given. For all of your air conditioning and heating needs, call the company Houston and surrounding areas have been trusting for nearly 15 years. Terrell AC and Heating, 832-889-5765. Residential and commercial cooling and heating repairs, maintenance, and installations. Terrell AC and Heating. Competitive prices. Call 832-889-5765. Licensed and insured.
Are you looking for a pharmacy where you're more than just the next person in line, where the pharmacists are friendly, willing to talk to you about your prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, where they make deliveries to customers in the general area? Then you need my pharmacy of choice, Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, right off of I-10 East near the 610 Loop. James Muldrow and his staff are there to serve you. I've been a customer for over 37 years. The insurance companies have tried to steer me to the corporate pharmacies, but I prefer Mercury Drive. It's a staple in East Houston, serving Fidelity, Jacinto City, Pleasantville, Fifth Ward, North Shore, Wood Forest, Galena Park, Channel View, offering free delivery to those areas and others. Most insurances are accepted. Mercury Drive Pharmacy is open Monday through Saturday for your convenience. Phone 713-674-6122. 713-674-6122. Mr. Muldrow and his staff are happy to serve you. Mercury Drive Pharmacy, 918 Mercury Drive, south of I-10 East.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. Well, I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
Ralph Cooper has covered the legends of HBCUs since 1969. Coaches Eddie Robinson, Jake Gaither, Marino Cassim, John Merritt, Billy Nix, Alex Dorley, Clifford Paul, Dr. Rod Page. No broadcaster has covered HBCUs longer than Ralph Cooper, Houston's legendary sportscaster, on 1230 The Source.
All right, 1230 The Source. I got you. I got my guy. I got the top jock. I got the Hall of Famer on with me this morning. I got the top jock, husband to Yvonne Harris, father to
Dieta Yvonne.
Oh my goodness! Oh, we're going like that this morning. Okay, bring out the caviar, everybody, and the horns. Dieta. I love that.
It's really Dianetta.
What is it?
Dianetta.
Guyonetta.
You know how people are about black folks' names.
I love it. Okay.
and I don't know how Dianetta became Dieta. I guess nobody could. Well, you know how we are about names.
Well, usually we used to like the Eddas and the Laws. We like the Laws. You know, I had two sons. Each one of them had Lamont. Lamont. They're in the middle name. I sandwiched it in between the first and second names though.
So you were saying the Law.
Yeah,
Lamont.
The Law. You know, we like to get. You know, we like to get the law in there. We like to get the law.
Well, I have Michael Lawrence, so I have a law in my name.
But you are not Lawrence. You're not. La 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 la. With your hands over your ears. Yeah.
Do re mi fa sol la ti whatever we used to say back in those days.
Yeah.
You know, I can't sing, Paris.
Me
but
neither.
I have such a lovely voice. Good Lord. You know,
you got a great speaking voice. You got a great speaking. You're right in that baritone, that sweet spot with that baritone too.
Yeah. Now, if I only had the intellect of Paris Elijah Eley.
Well, then you'd be shortchanged. You got the winner right there with you, no doubt about it. Top jock. You surprised the whole nation. Yes, indeed. But look, I want to tell you. I see. I got two lines right now. And I wanted to just talk to you. You know, they recused the judge in the judge was recused in the Carmelo Anthony case. Okay.
I wonder how the real Carmelo Anthony feels about this particular.
You know what? Isn't that something, man? I had that same thought. I did. But I guess a lot of people probably did, because when I first heard of Carmelo Anthony and the stamp, I'm thinking Carmelo, right? When you hear it, right, I'm thinking, what is this young man gotten himself? What's the brother gotten himself into now? You know, I was hoping it wasn't, but then turns out it was this.
Well, I can guarantee you there are a lot more Michael Harrises than there are Paris Eley.
True. Now this much is true. It certainly is. But this trial judge,
Did your parents ever tell you why they chose to name you Paris?
Never
Like
did.
Wash?
Never did. I don't
Wash
know.
said he was named Wash because he was the man so mean. I guess he came out of his mama clean. Huh?
Oh yeah. It could be.
Yeah, the Triple T from Tennessee.
Yeah.
He says tall, no. Tan, yes. Tenacious, very.
but you know something? There are I know personally 3. I know 2 others, tall, tan, terrific, out of Tennessee, and they're all from Tennessee. I know Bill Terrell, and he and Wash used to be on the air together.
Breaking news in Carmelo Anthony's appeal hearing. A judge granted his lawyer's request to replace his trial judge. Now, a new judge will proceed over Anthony's appeals.
Okay, I wanted to. that was playing when I first opened the subject, and I just wanted you to hear that. That's all I wanted.
So they found him guilty, huh?
No. He's going to get a
new judge.
Yeah, he's going to get a new judge. And John Roach, he presided over Carmelo Anthony's track meet stabbing case.
Yeah. And so
was recused by Judge Sid Hall. See, I too thought he had recused himself. Judge Sid Hawley recused him because Judge Hawley serves on the Judicial Conduct Commission. And what he said was, I believe he could be fair in this matter. So, but that's not the test. The test was he gave, and these are his words, not mine. He said, but that's not the test. It gave the appearance of not being able to be fair, and so in effect, they are responding to the outcry.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
America has shown that its justice is not blind. Its justice is extremely able to see, but they don't see their racism. They don't see their bigotry, their selfishness, their hatred, their double, triple, quadruple standards. They don't see that for some reason. I wonder why.
Right.
Is there a sty in their eyes? Are there styes in their eyes?
Styes in their eyes. Could be, Michael Lawrence. Could be.
Because yesterday, Paris.
Yes.
But last year, I think it was last year, we had a little cold spell, and I went into a store that I will not name. And they had some brisket. And the brisket was on sale for $20-something.
On sale?
Yeah, on sale. This was last year.
Oh, okay.
A year or so.
Okay.
And we hadn't had anything to eat yesterday evening, and so I decided to go to the store and get some of that brisket. I hadn't had any of it, and it was good. And all you had to do was just put it between some bread, put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. And I was getting ready to go to heaven. Went in there and saw the brisket, and it said something like $22. I saw I said, well, that's reasonable. The last time I paid $21 for it, it had only gone up like, $1.
Yeah.
So I buy the brisket, go to the pay, you check yourself out counter.
Yes.
Guess what came up on the thing?
What?
$80-something.
Oh no, Michael.
$80-something, Sarah. $80-something. And the lady was standing there. They have people watching. And I said, well, I just scanned it, and it said $21 on the thing, and it came up $80-something. And she looked at it and said, oh, that's $21 a pound.
Dang. Yeah. And that explains that sound that they heard at the counter. Turn around, you turn at heaven's gate. No heaven for you that day. No, not at $21 a pound today.
No.
Man, hold them up.
said, how does something
Yeah.
go in a year from $20-something to $80-something?
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
said, stop Donald Trump.
Yeah, and you know, Michael, people are feeling that just like you, that this is no longer a matter of spending this economy. No amount of spending can help a person, because a person can actually talk face to face with the store clerk. And and they're having these kinds of conversations and reactions like yours. So they're saying, no, that wasn't an independent or a Democrat or even a Republican. I don't know what they were asking me for that price, but that's what they asked me for. That was the reality of what I had to pay. You can't spend your way around that. That's what things cost now.
Yeah, and I filled up my pickup this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been helping Alessandra as she makes the moves.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, her moves cost me, me. And, and I saw a sign saying, I think it was gas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was it $3 or $4? I don't think we have $3 gas anymore, do we? Is it $4?
It's $4. It's $4 officially in most places now. There are a couple of places. I was talking to a guy Sunday, Raul. He had gone into, he was up in Colorado and a few other places on his way back to L.A. But yeah, he had some $3 gas in some places.
Well, I haven't. The only $3 gas I have is coming out of my gas.
Yeah. Problem was in Colorado, if you're driving through there, you're going to have to fill up so many times because you got those mountains there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a little more expensive. It's way up, that altitude.
I've never been to Colorado that I can remember.
Oh, man. Yeah. It'll make you feel like you're having a heart attack. I went to Aspen, and I've been to Colorado twice, 2 or 3 times. But
well, the closest I've been to Aspen is sitting down on mine.
Yeah, let me take another aspirin before I fall on my Aspen. I got you, Mike. I hear you. Any right? You know, but hello to you. Hello to you. We're having one of these kinds of conversations.
Hey, Miss Annie. Yeah. And the mountains I was in were the mountains of California. And then, of course, and those were enough mountains for me. Mm-hmm. I'm just a flatland country boy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
As Jermaine Jackson said so many years ago, and I wonder what happened to Jermaine, let's get serious. Serious. S-E-R-I-O-U-S.
Yeah. All right. You want to call her? You know?
For sure.
All right. Hey, caller, you're on with our guy. You're on with Top Job. Hello?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, you got your guy, Mike. Yeah.
Junior.
Mike, did you pick up the tab with Johnny Nash and George Foreman? I know you picked up the tab.
Yep, I picked it up and passed it right over to him. Yeah.
You was eating good. You was eating good back then. All three of y'all look pretty swole back then. That's when you was making that real big money at 5011 Alameda. That side blue dough across from Pilgrim Cleaners. Well, me and Ralph used to hang out. Hey, but check it out though, Mike, man. Let's get it on, because we don't never get along. You messy Michael, and I'm the instigator, so let's stir it up.
Well, this man has no trouble in identifying who he is.
That's right. I've been knowing you.
I've
been knowing you 45 years. I know you. Hey, man, but check it out, though, Mike, man. Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, I used to think about that too. What Layla and Lala be thinking about that her husband. But say, man, okay, I hear people talking about, Carmelo finna get a new trial. They gonna get another judge. They gonna get a different jury. A.J. Armstrong, I think he had about 3 or 4 trials where he at now. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. Point I'm trying to make, it's like people are just so insensitive to the Metcalf family. You know, they did lose their son,
He ain't gonna never graduate high school. He ain't gonna never go to his prom. He ain't gonna never get married and have kids. They lost their son forever. But it's like people are just so insensitive to his family. And then another real quick thing, because I don't want to cut you off once you get to rolling, boy. You and Ralph, y'all. Anyway, hey, man, okay. Judd Mathis. I was looking at Judd Mathis, and he said he had an episode where this man slapped the girlfriend, and the girlfriend got a gun and shot him. And Judd Mathis say the man he going to jail for a long time because you can't match that type of force with a slap. And that's what Judd Mathis said. That what Dennis Sperling said. But people want to argue with judges. Somebody slap you or push you, and you stab them and kill them. You going to jail, brother. How do you feel about that? And people be getting upset, but that's the law. Go ahead. And then the ones that's so insensitive, what if Austin Metcalf was your child? Now I'm listening, Mike.
Well, I may not answer your question directly, but I'll move it somewhere else. I'll move it to the Hispanic gentleman from my side of town who was driving his truck. And obviously, people have lied on him, trying to justify his killing. Or the people up in, what were the two other cities, Paris? If Junior doesn't remember, where the white woman was shot when she went past the officer and he shot her.
Minnesota.
Shot the other.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other was it in Colorado or somewhere? I don't know. Can't remember.
It was the same place. Alex guy. But
Alex
ahead,
Pretty.
Mike.
Alex Pretty. Yeah. Alex Pretty.
He was shot in his back, and there's evidence that they lied. Said he had a gun, didn't have a gun. They had him on the ground, shot him in the back, killed him. Has anybody been prosecuted for that yet? For either one of them? No. So when you ask me about other things like, the case you were asking about, it's one thing when you are a citizen and you make a mistake. It's another thing when you are a police officer and you just a killer. And so I haven't, in the Carmelo Anthony thing, if he felt in fear of his life, I can rationalize if it were truly a case where he was in danger. I can't condemn him for defending himself. I know that as a black man living in this country, and if we're stopped by the police and we move our hands, we have to keep our hands on that steering wheel if we're driving. And if we're not driving, we have to keep our hands where they can see us, see our hands. And if we move any kind of way, they can shoot and kill us, and it's justified. So I can't answer that question in specifics for you. I can only tell you that there seems to be one set of rules for certain people and another set of rules for other people. They can't make any mistakes. They will be held accountable. Those who, I guess, are supposedly more important people can make those same mistakes, and they are lauded. They were, for defending their rights, for not risking their lives over some nobody who might have been or who they thought may have been trying to do them harm. So it's not for me to say who is right. All I can say is there seems to be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 different ways that people are judged. And I happen to be one of those people who are judged most harshly. I'm a dark-skinned, highly opinionated, moderately educated person of color, and we are not valued.
Yeah, Mike, you went all the way around 59 South to 45.
No, I answered your
I-10
question thoroughly.
to go-
I answered your question thoroughly.
To go,
If you
to
were
go
looking
to,
for a specific answer, you should have told me how you wanted me to answer, Junior.
Well,
I
was talking about
who I am.
I was talking
And
about
I didn't go all around. I was trying to cover all of the bases.
But I was talking about this particular case, not
I was
when that
talking about
police,
that case because that case is not.
No,
unique.
you wasn't, Michael. No, you wasn't. You, I said that Judge Mathis, Judge Dennis Spurlin said that if somebody push you, you can't come back and stab them. And then I asked you, what if it was Crystal who got stabbed to death? But you went all the way around talking about the police and different set of rules. We talking about this particular
I'm not
case.
talking.
Respectfully.
You asked me about, as I thought about it, the Carmelo Anthony case and the conviction and what he is going through. And all I was telling you is, and maybe I just should have said, as a black man living in America, I don't care who you are or what you are going to face the harshest mentality, the harshest judgment, I guess I should say, that anyone can give. We get no sympathy. When's the last time you saw a black man go to court and somebody say, well, he's a victim? We're always the perpetrators.
Gerald Goins is a victim. But Gerald Goins is a victim, Michael, when he shot and killed them folks. But I don't want to get off on a tangent. I'm just saying that.
But I answered your question, and you wanted me to answer
Michael,
in a certain way.
Okay, Michael.
But I'm just telling you, if you want a certain type of answer, if you want a one-word answer, then tell me, and I'll try to give you one.
I done asked you 2-3 times. What if it was Crystal that got stabbed just because she got pushed? What about the Austin Metcalf family? They still in mourning, Michael.
Junior, I was not there. All I know is that as a black man living in America,
do you have to be there to show compassion for another family that lost their child, Michael? Do you have to be there, brother? That's all I'm asking. Now,
but if I don't see it, all I can go by is what I know. And what I know is that there is very little justice in this criminal justice system for people of color.
All right, Michael.
You may not feel that way. I feel that way. We differ.
Michael, one of these days when we have time, me and you going to talk off the air about what happened to me November 2024. Don't nobody know about me but DX and Ms. Annie and Waverly Nolly. But, brother, I was facing some serious, I kept calling the show, but I was in trouble. So can't nobody tell me I don't know how did this system work, but thank God I had a good lawyer. But I'm okay, Michael. I'm okay now.
But what about the people who don't have good lawyers, who don't have the economic or the political or the social resources that you happen to have?
Okay, don't, and I ain't trying to sound mean-spirited, but a whole lot of these guys that commit these crimes, they got a rap sheet from 5011 Alameda down to Mrs. Baker's Donuts.
And they may have them, but if they did not commit that particular crime, they should not be convicted.
Why did they get Gary Graham?
I said
I agree.
If.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. Look at Gary Graham. Gary Graham, he got away with a whole lot of stuff that he did, but they killed him for something that he didn't do. So I'm just saying, Michael, man, people commit crimes, they lose loved ones. We need to have compassion for Austin Metcalf family. and you don't sound like you have compassion for the man's family, man. I mean,
No,
you
well,
asked Harris,
me.
I've been knowing you, Lawrence. I've been knowing you for years, Larry.
You asked me about how I felt about the verdict.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is
And
A.J. Armstrong still in jail?
As a black man in America,
Here we go.
Junior, I know that I am guilty until I can prove myself innocent. I'm not.
Was O.J. guilty?
What?
Was O.J. guilty?
I didn't say anything about O.J. I was talking about me.
Go ahead.
I'm talking about me. I know when I go to court, I am already convicted by the color of my skin. And it is not for them to prove me guilty. It is for me to try to prove myself innocent.
Yes,
now,
sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to leave you other black men who have been to court.
Yes, sir.
Who have been falsely accused.
I've been to court.
Were they presumed innocent or were they presumed guilty?
I'm going to leave you with this, Mike, because I know every line is lit. You know, them trolls call after I get on. But, Michael,
well, you shouldn't be troll bait, Junior.
I realize that no matter what I go through in life, it ain't nothing in comparison to what Jesus went through. Now you go.
Well, I ain't Jesus. I'm not the
Michael,
only begotten Son of God. I am not eternal.
But don't you want to be like Jesus? Every Sunday at George Foreman Church, you say you want to be more like Jesus. George Foreman taught you.
I might want to be more like him, but I don't want to be crucified for no reason. I don't want to be crucified. How can I love somebody when I'm dead?
What did Jesus do to deserve what he got? All Jesus did was love folks, help folks, and they crucified him. Religious
Well,
folks.
Jesus
So
came to save the world.
Jesus?
I didn't come to save the world. I didn't come to save the world. I'm not the only begotten Son of God. I'm just playing on my behalf.
If Jesus, are you better than Jesus? That's all I got to say, Michael. I love you, man.
No.
I love you, Paris.
The answer to that question is no.
Well, I'm headed your way now, Michael. I'm headed your way now, Michael.
H-E-L-L, no. I'm not.
Okay, bye. We are the source, Michael. You got them all the way live this morning. You got 3 more lined up.
Jeez. I'm gonna be
Still calling to him. I can't be him.
I'm gonna be pretty brief because I tell you, he on fire today. But from one chair on the board to another chairman on the board. So, well, look here, man. I was looking at you on your picture. Was flossing pretty good, but it's always good to know somebody that knows somebody that you can be happy like that, you know. So it's always good to know somebody. But check this one out right here. As Junior was talking about, I wish the world was perfect, but undoubtedly it's not. It's the world's imperfect, man is imperfect, but there's a perfect God that we have to go through and live through. At least that's my understanding of life. Because I know I wish I could be perfect, but I'm not. Junior, you are not either. And man is definitely not perfect. So they're going to make up, and these laws and bylaws that we have, we don't understand which way is up sometimes. You know, they tell you when you're being stopped by a traffic cop that you have a bad day or a bad night and call you out your name. Now that's been perfect, you know. But hey, they have the badge, they have the guns, they have the authority, but they mistreat you. The judge the same way. So which way is up nowadays? You know what I'm saying? So
and they will lie on you. Ain't a problem.
Oh yeah. I understand it. I understand that. Now they're sending you down for misdemeanor and give you 10 years, 5 to 10 years, or whatever. But I'm just saying the cops. There's some dirty people out there. They're angel by day, but a devil by night. But now they're devil in the daytime now. So you know what's wrong and what's right. You know when you're going to the court of law. But Junior, you got to be better than that. Being a black man, and I mean I'm not taking anything from my man Texas Mike. If he was a black man and living under not Obama, but they're not gonna get Obama the appreciation that they give Trump. Trump is not a perfect man, and I just don't like that kind of thing. Statement say he was a black man, he wouldn't be talking like that. And if he was destitute or didn't have all the things that we are going through in life, you think
Trump is God? No, sir. I don't believe that. And sometimes I hate his statements that he makes about the greatest man and president. I don't respect that. Okay.
Well, I don't either. I think he's a scumbag.
Yeah, well, let's he tell it, man. I mean, some people just talk about this man like, I just cut it off sometimes. Sometimes I cut text his mic off. Sometimes I cut it down because I don't want to hear that. We are a country that's striving for greatness. You don't go. Like I said, you want to go back, you can't go back. The dead, let the dead bury the dead. You go forward and move forward. Lot, God, the angel told God. He told Lot's wife, don't look back at Goma. At Salem. Let it go, let it go. So we have to do better. So I don't like the way our country is going. Okay, so I'm just confused. Like I say, I'm dazed and confused about, you try to raise your children to do the right thing, and hear these youngsters killing one another, and 20 years old, 18 years old for nothing. For what reason?
I told this story, and maybe I shouldn't tell it again. But my daughter from my first marriage, I thought I was doing the right thing. And she ended up, although not her biological father, accusing me of raping her. And to this day, and that was when she was, like 15 to 16 years old, she's never apologized. When I asked her about it, what she told me? Let it go.
There you go. Yeah.
Let it go.
Let it go, but that's going to be a scar on your mind. And the biggest thing that I have with that situation, also, Mike, haven't been through that, but the mindset. Have you had to experience some things in life? You don't never know how you can let it go. When the mindset is a very important part in life.
Yeah, I gave my name to her. I paid child support for her, and and tried to provide a home for her. And she rewarded me by accusing me of rape. And to this day, she has never asked for forgiveness. She told me to let it go. And when I wouldn't let it go, she stopped talking to me, because all I wanted was an acknowledgement that that I did not commit that horrible crime against you. And I just like an explanation as to why you would do that to me. And so, Junior, when I'm talking about the police, I'm talking really about anybody who can have the hatred for you to kill you or to try to kill you. What's the word? To kill your character, to have you put in prison, have your life ruined over a lie. But when that police officer told me that he would take me downstairs or downtown and hang me, no matter how many times I told that story, nobody said, we're going to find that officer and we're going to correct him. That didn't happen. But they were damn sure ready to try to put me in jail. They had all kinds of investigators coming out trying to prove that I did something that I did not do. And my own child legally tried to do that to me. So my perspective on life is different. Maybe you all haven't faced the bull that I faced, the false accusations that I faced are given so much for people who turn around and stab me in the back. Okay. So I'm not.
Well, look here, I'm gonna go on. But look, appreciate you, Chairman of the board. You two great people in radio. I mean, hey, you can't get no better. And hey, Mr. Harris, before I go, give Yvonne a great big hug for me.
All right, George.
Peace out.
But Paris, what I don't understand is why they think that I had this nice, cushy life. Hell, man, I don't know my daddy.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes people project, Michael. They see us as certain ways, not having gone through certain things. But this is what and we all do it in different ways. We may not admit it. We tell ourselves stories about people, sometimes when we meet them, sometimes after we've known them for a while, and actually sometimes we tell ourselves stories about ourselves because we have faulty memories about our past and we don't even know it. But all of those things, all of those things come into play. But you've got another caller here.
Okay, well, let me say just one thing before we get to the phone.
Please, yeah.
When the cops came at me and started trying to build a case against me to put me in prison for something I did not do, I told that man that I didn't do that. And guess what he said to me?
What?
They all say that.
Say that. Wow. Yeah.
He didn't say, well, we're just searching for, the truth.
Yeah.
He said, I became a they.
Yeah, Mike. I do get it. And I also ask about the families of these people who've been hanging in these so-called suicides. Their families matter too. Is there way, the concern for these cases where these black girls have been hanged, and there's one in particular, Tania Miller, and she was found hanging in a tall tree, and the coroner ruled it a suicide, and everybody just went on about their business. This was in Florida, and we've seen so many of these cases closed so quickly that it does give people pause to say, well, how much time did they spend on looking for the killer here? And so, yeah, it is about looking. You want justice for all the families, and I noticed that some of these cases are being closed before anybody has a chance to look at them. So,
well, they had a movie Presumed Innocent.
Yeah.
When they make movies about black folks, we'll presume guilty.
Okay, Michael, here's the caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, sir. Paris Eley and Michael Harris.
Is this the chairman of the board?
No, this is a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay. You and Sherman sound alike.
They do, don't they? That's what I say. Yeah, that's what I say too. Yeah.
Who's the chairman of the board?
Sherman.
Oh,
Sherman.
No. Only in my house am I the chairman of the board, Mike.
Hell, I'm not the chairman of the board in my house. How you get to be chairman of the board in your house?
Hey, man.
You can sell that. You can sell that information. A lot of us would like to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I earned that spot though, Mike. Yeah, let me be clear. It wasn't a spot that somebody gave me. I earned that spot.
Well, I thought I'd earned it.
Yeah. Et tu, Brute, Mike. I'm familiar with that statement. When you bring up your betrayal in a sense, right?
Yeah.
That famous line, in Roman history, right, with Caesar, when he faced betrayal, and the interesting thing about the story was it was someone close to him. We may end up in the courthouse, and I use the word we, but most of the time it was someone close to us that got us there, though. So it's an interesting idea to then just have the animosity toward the criminal justice system. Just say, well, I'm in court and you people are being unfair, yet it was someone close to us that got us to the criminal justice system, and we don't have that same animosity toward them for some reason, right?
Well, I have a question for you. If they have spent all their time accusing you, and you may know it has to be somebody that has access, but how do you know? My sister died a couple of months ago, and she was leasing a house close to me, so they moved a whole bunch of stuff over to our house. And so right now I have a whole bunch of her stuff at our house. But guess what? a whole bunch of my stuff is now missing. And so, yeah, some people came through there and was helping to bring things, helping her move. And some obviously decided they wanted something that I had that they didn't think I needed or didn't think I'd miss. So I can't be mad at everybody. And I just said next time I'll just, well, it won't be no next time. At least I hope not. So I can't get mad at anybody in particular. But somebody was stealing from us as they supposedly were helping. But I can't, so I have to let that go because I don't know who it is. But in the future, it won't happen anymore. I'll set up a camera out there or something and watch people before it happens again. Yeah. But when it comes to us, but when it comes to us, we're all guilty. We're all guilty. It must be some thieving Negro, some thieving Mexican.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't make that assumption in my interaction with
you may
people.
not make those assumptions, but people make them about you. I have had people follow me in stores, and I know I don't look like a criminal, but yes, I am. I do look like a criminal because I'm black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I bought a very expensive mirror, so when I look in the mirror, it tells me, you're the greatest and all that. So you got to change the mirror you're looking at.